right now. Put your hands behind your back. Bom, deixa quieto. Bora sair daqui. Pula na água. Pode não, sai daqui. Deixa eu pegar fogo, né? E Branco, vai explodir o tanque. Sai daí de perto, Branco.
I turn my camera on, and before it can even turn on, she turns and comes straight towards me.
In this clip, Michael Broussard and his father were fishing on Toledo Bend when intense speeds and choppy waters launched them straight out of their vessel. With no kill switch engaged, the boat kept tearing across the water at full throttle. Luckily for Michael, nearby fishermen witnessed the chaos and rushed to help. In the video's description, Michael admits he skipped his standard safety gear that day, a choice that nearly proved fatal. The lesson is clear: always wear your kill switch, life jacket, and protective equipment, because the water shows no mercy. Fisherman and YouTuber Felipe Parker was heading to his fishing spot with fellow fisherman Branco. They were miles from shore when Felipe heard something that would change everything. An explosion erupted directly behind them.
Bom, deixa quieto. Bora sair daqui. Pula na água. Pode não, sai daqui. Deixa eu pegar fogo, né? E Branco, vai explodir o tanque. Sai daí de perto, Branco.
The motor had spontaneously combusted. Flames engulfed the back of the boat as black smoke billowed into the air. Felipe and Branco scrambled to save their burning belongings, grabbing what they could from the inferno. Then panic set in. In a split-second decision, Felipe jumped overboard.
Pula na água, pô. Ih. Vai jogando. Tá. Vai. Pegou fogo ali, pessoal. Vai jogando. Mais rápido, Branco, mais rápido. É carote, isso aí. Mais rápido.
Branco and their companions stayed behind, refusing to abandon the boat. He grabbed a coconut shell and tried to smother the flames with water. Meanwhile, Felipe watched helplessly as the situation spiraled out of control. Seeing that the flames weren't dying down, Felipe did his best to assist Branco, but nothing seemed to work.
Branco, peraí. Cadê? Tem outro aí? Tem outro aí pra eu jogar?
The fire only grew stronger. At this point, Branco made a desperate decision. He wanted to throw the burning motor overboard to prevent an even larger explosion. This would prove to be extremely risky.
Joga de lá do outro lado que eu jogo daqui, que daqui eu não consigo. Se eu conseguir, se jogar uma na água. Vou tentar. Joga logo na água, cuidado. Cuidado. Deixa eu ver por lá. Vai jogando.
Despite all of their attempts, the flames surged higher. But Branco refused to give up on the boat that was his livelihood. He kept fighting.
Apaga, meu Deus. Apaga. Fogo. Liga já. Isso. Ah. Cuidado que tem gasolina dentro dele ainda, mano. Aí, garoto. Obrigado, meu Deus. Obrigado, meu Deus. Que susto, tá maluco?
Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the fire was out. The motor was destroyed, charred beyond repair, but the boat itself remained intact. They had saved it.
Segura aqui, deixa eu subir aqui que até o medo do jacaré passou. Oi. Ui. Porra, essa água aqui de dentro tá quente, pô. Olha o estado disso aqui. Olha. Caramba. Tu é louco, mano. Que susto. Torrou.
Na hora que ele virou fogo, eu desliguei ele. Eu desliguei o bug.
Quando ele bateu no fogo,
Vamos se pôr fraco, na hora que o fogo saiu, tinha pulado na água.
se fosse fraco igual eu, né? Igual eu. Tu é louco.
Within 24 hours of publishing the video, Felipe's viewers spread the story across the internet. Mr. Fernando Quiroga, national sales manager of Toyama, saw what had happened. He gifted Branco a brand new engine. This story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in mechanical failures. In an instant, everything can go wrong. Being prepared and staying calm in crisis can mean the difference between survival and disaster. Spearfisher Dean floated 100 meters from shore at Mistral Point, completely alone. He started burleying the water with his salmon, waiting for snapper to arrive. However, something far more dangerous had already caught the scent.
My salmon has been in my cray bag for an hour and a half at this stage. It's tangled in the fishing line I collected earlier. I'll often put rubbish and fishing line in this netted bag to remove it from the water after my dive. I also put my catch in it as it deters the sharks from taxing my fish. While I'm on the surface preparing for another dive, the SharkSmart app picks up a tagged female great white within my proximity, but I am completely unaware that she is to the right, observing my every movement. I slowly turn, I see her, I turn my camera on, and before it can even turn on, she turns and comes straight towards me.
The approach felt like a test, as if she was sizing him up. She veered off and seemed to settle, but he was trapped. The cliff face was behind him. Swimming away would trigger her prey drive and leave his legs unprotected. His only option was to hold his ground.
Passes, she seems to lose interest in sizing me up and shifts her attention to the salmon instead. I briefly consider removing the salmon from the fish bag, but she's given me no room, and I know the fish is tangled and requires both of my hands to get it out. But I quickly decide that hand feeding a great white, a dead smelly fish, with my bare hands, while I'm unarmed, isn't a risk I'm willing to take. I swim toward her, spear gun extended. I'm doing my best to look like a threat, hoping it's enough to make her think twice before deciding I'm worth the risk.
The shark showed no sign of intimidation. She circled wide before turning back. Dean decided to swim directly at her in a desperate attempt to warn her off.
It's at that point that she veers broadside, and for the first time I see the full scale of her size. I'm completely lost for words with how beautiful this shark is. I try to stop my hands from trembling to mask the fear as I push my spear gun out towards her. I match her movements, constantly turning and staying face to face. I can't risk letting her slip to the side of my body where I'd have no barrier between us. She makes several passes before brushing a pectoral fin along the bag with the salmon. I can sense that she's getting impatient because she can't get to the fish.
Suddenly he heard a loud alarm. He lifted his head, praying someone had seen him, but he knew there was nothing anyone could do. He dropped his head back underwater and saw her coming straight toward him again.
I wasn't sure if she was testing me again or preparing to have a strike, but I wasn't waiting to find out and I had to act. I drive the spear into her nose, but it's like hitting a wall of muscle. The force completely flexes the spear and it almost derails from my gun. The scariest part is that she's barely concerned, and that's when reality sets in. This spear gun isn't stopping her. She's edging in closer and becoming more impatient.
Realizing that the shark would not be intimidated, Dean started making a quiet, slow retreat toward shore, watching her closely as he switched from fight mode to flight mode. Then his heart rate spiked. The milky water swallowed her from view. He'd lost sight of her completely. He started spinning in circles, trying to locate her in the murky water.
And suddenly, I've lost her. I catch a brief glimpse. She's behind me, cutting between me and the fish. This time moving faster, more agitated. Then she's gone again, vanished. I'm spinning in circles trying to cover every angle, but deep down I know, if she wants me, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing the best I can to keep my fins below the surface to stop them from splashing. I'm trying to move slowly, knowing there's no way I can outswim this shark. Every metre feels like a marathon. That 100 metres might be the longest swim of my life, with every second feeling like I'm being hunted.
As Dean reached the white wash near the rocks, his visibility vanished completely.
I'm blind. I don't know where she is or if she's behind me. The swell slams off the back of the rocks, holding me in place. I'm trapped in the surge, waiting, heart racing, as I wait for the moment of calm, just long enough to make my move and get out.
Oh shit. What a bloody thrill.
Dean immediately warned nearby fishermen about the shark. His body had kicked into survival mode, but the moment it was over, the adrenaline hit him like a ton of bricks. You can hear it in the shaking of his voice.
Just wanted to let you know that there's a white in the area. He's not massive, big enough to scare you, but I just thought I'd let you know that there's one in the area. Manhunt pool. Sorry, mate, I'm a bit shaken up. One of the boys that were fishing here let me use their phone and just call the lifeguards just to raise it that there's a white swimming around here. God, they're beautiful fish, aren't they? Like, absolutely beautiful. Just the sheer size of them, how thick they are. And just when I jabbed him with the spear gun to warn him off, you just feel how tough their skin is, you know?
Looking back, Dean realized he'd made every mistake. Diving alone, chumming the water in a risky area, storing his catch in an inaccessible net with no float and no nearby exit. He'll never know if she intended to attack, but he'll always wonder what would have happened without that spear gun between them. YouTuber Bass Assassin TV and his team of college anglers were practicing for the FLW Yeti Northern Qualifier when they noticed something unusual. A police officer was standing by the dock, scanning the water. As they approached, they had no idea they were about to become part of an active manhunt.
Hold up just a second. I'm in the boat. Hey, yeah. Alright, hold up just a second. I got one more unit coming. We got about 10 people coming to get him. He should be back that way.
Alright.
He swam from across from the far side over to this little peninsula. We're looking for a person in purple.
Person in purple?
Soaking wet. Okay. He missed the dog by half a second. That dog jumped at him and he jumped in the water.
Oh, I'm gonna. We got one more guy coming. I'm gonna get on the dock before he gets here.
The officer explained the situation. A runaway felon they'd been pursuing had jumped into the water and was trying to escape by swimming across the lake. He was still out there.
I'm not telling you all to speed, but go right ahead.
Okay. Where are we going?
Just gonna go around this corner and we're gonna be looking up here on the right.
All right, brace yourself.
Bass Assassin fired up the engine and began the search. They moved further down the lake, eyes scanning the shoreline. The water was calm. Too calm. Then they heard it. Distant shouting echoing across the water.
Hello.
Come back around. And you got your phone?
Yeah, we got our phones.
Following the officer's guidance, they pushed deeper into the search area. They were getting close.
I did.
There he was. The man was neck deep in the water, having apparently swam all this distance in his desperate escape. But he wasn't going quietly. What followed was a chaotic struggle as the felon fought against capture.
Come on, man. Over there. Okay. Come on. Get on the boat over there. No, come here and grab my hand. Right over there.
Yeah. All right, you put those in the back, Rob. Yep.
Though it's hard to see on screen, the felon had managed to swim back to shore, forcing Bass Assassin and the officer to follow.
Yes.
In one last, desperate attempt, he plunged back into the water, trying to swim away, but there was nowhere left to go. He was surrounded from every angle.
Yo, hold up.
I don't care about your leg right now. Put your hands behind your back.
What dock you guys want to get dropped off at?
Let's get him in here a little better.
Yeah.
What started as a routine practice session turned into something these college anglers will never forget. Sometimes being in the right place at the right time means stepping up when it matters most. Tajicha from the Fishing Point channel had traveled to Amakusa in Kumamoto Prefecture, hunting Onaga gore, a prized long-tail sea bream. But as he arrived, rain began falling in sheets and the sea churned. What should have been routine quickly became a fight for survival.
すごい急な雨ですね。大雨です。はい、今日はですね、沖ノ瀬に来てます。見ての通り結構な天気ですごい雨が降ってます。結構足場までね、水が来るような状況なんですけども、ちょっとここでですね、早速釣っていきたいと思います。準備します。
The conditions were brutal. Waves were crashing high against the rocks. Most anglers would have turned back, but Tajicha and his companion had come prepared with his gear and bait, and there was one thing working in his favor. The rocky platform offered solid footing.
さあ、準備ができたんで早速釣ってきます。今日の魚のおかずですね、V9 使います。こちらハード加工ですね。はい、どっちも L サイズを使って釣っていきます。うわーやばいやばいやばい、マジやばいやばい、マジやばいやばい、死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ。投げます。今日はですね、オナガグレを釣り来たんですけど、なんかオナガがちょっとあんまいないようで、グレがですね、チヌとヘダイですね。ヘダイは引きは面白いんですけど、できればですね、やっぱグレを狙いたいところですね。お、当たりか。最悪コンディションで波も強いし雨も降ってます。救われたのは足場が良かったってことだけですね。
He'd managed to land a couple fish, but they weren't what he came for. Just Heidai, the wrong species. Still, he pressed on, determined to hook his target catch, despite the warning signs around him.
これやばくないですかこの波よく磯で釣られる方はこういうのをよく目にするかもしれないですけどね、やっぱりちゃんとライフジャケットと磯靴着用しないと、これやっぱり命の危険を感じますね。うほほ、うわすごいエバい。
The waves were now so massive they were consuming the rocky island almost entirely, reaching high enough that it swept some of his gear away.
ここが一番高いからね。ちょっと波が強すぎてバッカンが流されてきました、あっちの方に。やばいですね、この波。ちょっと気にならないです。あと30分ぐらいすると引いてくるんでしょうけど、ちょっと道具が流される始末ですね。やばいなこれ。これ釣りとかの問題じゃいやもんね。これ命にかかるわこれ。
The waves continued to intensify. In the chaos, more fishing gear was swept away by the surging water, swept out toward the depths. He and his friend tried to reposition, to find any spot that might offer refuge from waves. The fear of himself or his friend being swept away was more real than ever.
やばいやばい。結構な距離流されてるよね、あれね。ちゅうか船長ここが一番高いとこなんですけどね。もうここまで来てます。ああ、凄まじい。うわ。
Nearly an hour after being stranded on the rocky island, the boat that ferried them returned through the rough seas. Tajicha made it aboard, but his friend was still out there with their gear, and the boat would need to fight back the same violent surf to retrieve him.
竿ばどかして竿からちょうだい。いや、お前乗れ。ちょ待って。手すりを持って前に。まだまだダメダメです。ちょうだいちょうだい。ここまで来て。もう一個ちょうだい。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。
After loading their gear, only Tajicha's friend remained on the rocks. One misstep, and he'd be in the water. What started as a pursuit of prized fish became a stark reminder that the ocean answers to no one. Sometimes the most important catch of the day is making it home alive.